Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Mexican restaurants have become a staple of most cities and towns across the country. It seems if you drive through any small town in America and there's only one restaurant, more often than not, it's probably going to be a Mexican restaurant. If there are only 3 restaurants in town, there's a good chance you might have 2 Mexican restaurants. I'm not sure why that is, but it got me thinking about the best Mexican restaurant in the country. I couldn't come up with just one, so I picked 4 that I thought excelled in different categories: best food, best service, best dish, and best salsa. Now, I won't be ranking restaurants I haven't been to personally because I can't speak on their behalf, obviously. There's always that commenter that says, "You forgot about..." Well, that's probably because I haven't actually been there. For all I know, you might be right. I have, however, been to Mexican restaurants in no less than 40 different states. I have done a lot of traveling over the years and can usually provide tips on what to hit up in most areas. With that said, let's get started. Best Salsa, Cantina Laredo, Dallas, Texas. This restaurant chain started in Texas but has since branched out to multiple locations across the country. I have personally eaten at locations in Dallas, Houston, Omaha, Nebraska, Little Rock, Springfield, and Branson. Cantina Laredo provides modern gourmet Mexican, and their food is higher quality than most run-of-the-mill Mexican restaurants. But what I love most about this place is their hot salsa. They actually serve 2 salsas: a mild salsa which has more of a smoky flavor, and a hot salsa which is hot in more than one way. It's spicy, but it's also served warm. And while their mild salsa is amazing in its own right, it's their hot salsa that I'm referring to in this video. Now, depending on the location, they may or may not automatically bring this one out. I have seen some that will offer it, and then I've seen some locations where you had to specifically request the hot salsa. If they don't offer it up front, request it. Trust me, you will not regret it. This is the best tasting salsa I have ever had. Next on our list, best dish, mojitos, Rogers, Arkansas. The dish I am referring to is guiso a limon. Now, I haven't been able to find guiso a limon anywhere else. Mojitos has 2 locations, and with the same ownership, you would think the quality would be the same in both. For some reason, this is not the case. I highly recommend hitting up the Rogers location. This dish includes small, tender pieces of chicken breast and flank steak stewed together with fresh cilantro, onions, lime, and roasted chili spicy salsa. They serve this with tortillas, which I like to load up with the main dish, combined with rice and beans all mixed together. It is an amazing combination of flavors that blend together perfectly. Beware if you don't like spicy though. This dish definitely hits the spot for those looking for that extra kick. Next on our list, best service, Mamacitas, Fredericksburg, Texas. This Mexican restaurant has 4 locations in Texas. But be warned, there is another chain also called Mamacitas that also has locations in Texas and is not related to this one, and is nowhere near as good. This Mamacitas, however, excelled in every possible category. Their portion sizes were good, the salsa was stellar, and the food was fantastic all around. Now, service is something that can be subjective to the customer, as it's subject to so many different variables. Some waiters or waitresses are better than others. Some nights are better than others, busier than others. I get that. With that said, this was the best service I have ever received at a Mexican restaurant. The waiter was extremely attentive to us without managing to be intrusive. That's usually a fine line. Everyone was very friendly and our food came out right away. Any requests we had were immediately met. I was very impressed with this place. And last but certainly not least, best food. Mi Tierra, San Antonio, Texas. This restaurant is located in the Mexican market, and in addition to having stellar service, an amazing selection, and its own impressive bakery, they had far and away the best food quality I've ever had at any Mexican restaurant. I would recommend their enchiladas de pollo en mole. Their mole sauce is rich and flavorful. Now, for those unfamiliar with mole enchiladas, you might be confused when you see that in addition to its unique blend of peppers, chilies, and spice, it also has chocolate in it. It's not what you think. This dish is not overly sweet or dessert-like. It's more savory than you might expect. I think most people are surprised the first time they have mole, but it's usually a pleasant surprise. I've known several other people who have eaten here and have never had a bad food experience. This one definitely gets a 5-star recommendation. So I realize my list is a little Texas heavy with 3 out of 4 picks coming from the Lone Star State. No, I do not live in Texas. I don't have any family ties there either, but it really shouldn't come as a surprise given its popularity in this regard that Texas excels when it comes to great Mexican food. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for tuning in and have a great rest of your day.